Most people think the biggest goal of money is hitting six figures or becoming a millionaire. But what if that idea is completely wrong? 100,000 is a big deal, yet it is not where life flips. It is not 75,000, 50,000, or even 25. From my own path and from coaching dozens of friends, the number that really bends reality is the first $10,000. When you cross from 4 digits to 5 digits, everything shifts. Your confidence jumps, your view of risk changes, new doors appear, and money stops bossing you around because you finally have a small army of dollars to boss around instead. Here are 6 ways that single milestone rewires daily life, and some simple examples you can copy the minute your account touches 10 grand. The first change is a mental breakthrough. Until you see 5 figures with your own eyes saving feels abstract, almost impossible. Then one morning, the balance shows 10,038 and a light goes on. You have proof that careful choices actually pile up. That proof rewrites the script in your head. Saving 15 or 20,000 no longer feels like climbing a cliff. It feels like walking the same road a little farther. Psychologists call this self-efficacy. Once you do a hard thing one time, you believe you can do bigger versions of the same thing. That belief fuels every later goal. My cousin once struggled to stash even 200 ahead of payday. After she hit 10,000, she doubled her auto transfer because the goal line no longer scared her. 6 months later, she was at 14,000 without noticing. The second change is compound momentum. 10,000 is the weight that starts the flywheel. With 4 digits, interest barely matters. 5 digits unlock real growth. Park 10,000 in a broad index fund that averages 8% and the account earns 800 the first year, more than many people get from a side hustle with no extra time spent. Reinvest those gains and the next year you earn on 10,800. Snowball math takes over. If you can add only 500 a month, the fund can break 25,000 in 4 years. Add raises or freelance income and the timeline cuts in half. The dollars begin to hire more dollars, and they work nights, weekends, and holidays while you relax. The third change is disaster control. Most surprise bills fall under $10,000. A broken transmission might be $3,000. A root canal, maybe $2,000. A short stretch of unemployment could cost $5,000 or $6,000. With no cushion, those events send people into credit card quicksand at 20% interest. With a $10,000 reserve, you pay the bill, breathe, and move on. That freedom from money panic affects health too. Studies show financial stress can drop cognitive function by double digits. Removing that stress is like handing yourself an extra hour of thinking power every day. I once blew a laptop just before a deadline and replaced it the same afternoon with savings. Finish the job, send the invoice, savings refilled in 2 weeks, no drama. The fourth change is better choices. When every purchase matters, you aim for the cheapest option. A cheap pair of shoes that fall apart early, bargain meat that tastes like cardboard, an old car that drinks gas. After 10,000, you can ask a new question. What offers best long-term value? Maybe you pay 80 instead of 30 for shoes that last 3 years, or you buy the efficient hatchback that saves fuel for 5. Those decisions compound too. Quality costs less than quantity over time, and the buffer lets you choose it without fear. A friend used his first 10,000 to prepay a night class in coding. That class doubled his income within a year, something the cheaper but lower quality route would never have done. The fifth change is permission to invest for real. Trying to grow wealth with 200 in the market feels like scooping water with a fork. At 10,000, you can buy full shares of index funds, open a small position in a dividend stock, even test a micro real estate fund, or lend through a peer platform. A 10% gain on 10,000 is 1,000, a number you notice. A pullback hurts but does not break you because your emergency pile is part of the same cushion. This is also where you learn risk in a safe way. Put 8,000 in a boring fund and try 2,000 in a small cap stock you believe in. Watch both for a year. The lesson is worth more than any business book. The sixth change is the power to say no. Before the cushion, you accept every shift. every unreasonable request, every invite that drains time, because you cannot afford otherwise. After the cushion, you can turn down overtime to attend a cousin's wedding, or walk away from a toxic job, knowing rent is still covered. You negotiate from strength instead of desperation. One reader wrote that her 10,000 stash let her leave a city she hated, spend a month job hunting in a cheaper town, and land a role that pays better while cutting living costs by half. The move was impossible at 4,000, but easy at 10. Stack these 6 changes together and the picture gets bright. Confidence fuels habit. Habit fuels compound growth. Growth adds safety. Safety enables smarter spending and real investing. All that gives you choices, and choice is the real definition of wealth. So how do you sprint to the first 10,000 if you are not there yet? Track every dollar for 1 month. Cut the leaks. Sell 3 forgotten items online. Pick 1 extra income task and funnel all earnings straight to a high-yield savings account. Automate a weekly transfer no matter how small. Each step may feel tiny, but remember the snowball. Once you cross the 10,000 line, the slope tilts your way. If you already hit the mark, great. Protect that stack by keeping it split. Part in a forgiving emergency fund, part in a steady index, and a slice for learning investments. Review once a month, celebrate progress, and teach someone else the rule. 10,000 is not the end. It is the key that unlocks the real game, and anyone disciplined enough to reach it is disciplined enough to reach the next level. Start now, stay steady, meet your future self at the next milestone. Maybe $100,000, what do you think? And maybe it's time to subscribe to this channel, don't you think? Let me know in the comments if you've reached $10,000 or what your plan is to reach it. And like the video for more future content, and I'll see you soon.